Hello, this video is about the iMiGoo coffee maker. It's a single serve percolator. I'm an airline crew member and I absolutely love this. It's game changing, makes my quality of life noticeably better. I was looking for coffee makers to take with me on work trips because hotel coffee is no good. The airplane I fly doesn't have a coffee maker on board, and even if it did, that stuff's usually not very good. And on top of that, if you buy coffees at the airport, it just adds up. So I wanted to be able to make coffee when I was on the road. I looked into a handful of different travel-sized coffee makers. A lot of travel or portable coffee makers are made with camping in mind. Big difference there is a lot of them require hot water to be added, boiling water to be added. Camping, a lot of times that's doable if you have a stove or a jet boiler or something. But in the scenario I'd be using it, getting hot water is actually kind of tricky. Sometimes hotel lobbies have hot water. It's kind of gross sometimes. A lot of times they don't have it, or if we're on the aircraft, wouldn't have it, or in the airport, be a long walk to get it, wouldn't really be worth the hassle. So I wanted something where you don't need to add water that's already hot. There are not a lot of battery-powered options that meet that criteria because it takes a lot of energy to change the temperature of water. But this is a plug-in, AC-powered percolator. It's single serve. Here's your basket, lid, and it's easy. I absolutely love it. The quality of the taste of the coffee, of course, doesn't extract the flavor quite like a pour-over does or anything like that, but I think the biggest factor in the taste of your coffee is the grounds you used. So you can go to the grocery store, bring with you grounds you like, and then have coffee you like. My personal favorite is the Lavazza grounds. I don't have that this time, but this is also not bad. I've tried a handful of others. But let's make a cup. I'll show you how it works, and I definitely recommend this. Before I get it all dirty, I'll show you all the machine. Of course, this is the main part. Size-wise, I'll try to have some things for comparison. It's relatively large. It definitely takes up space in my bag. Like I said, I think it's worth it. It's not particularly heavy, but it's bulky. Here's a small orange. Here's a small iPhone mini. Computer mouse. A large bottle of water. I don't have the exact measurements to give you, but it's kind of the size of a bulky bottle of water. Like maybe one of those medium-sized Yetis or something. It's, of course, one of those brands. It's not really a brand. It's just some made in China, Amazon, something. So I bet in a couple of years, if you try to find it, it'll probably be on the market from a different manufacturer name, but it's the same thing. It has the basket, and then this lid to put on top. Please don't mind the grime on it. It's not that I never wash it, it's just I used it earlier today, so it has a little bit of brown coffee marks from that. But I promise I wash it sometimes. I just don't have any dish soap at the hotel. It also comes with this burlap bag. Well, it looks like burlap. It's really like a fake kind of fibery material, and it has not lasted. I've just been carrying it around for the sake of making this video and showing y'all. Nice to have a carrying case sort of thing, but it didn't last. And then the cord. Also the instruction manual I've been carrying around again for the sake of making this video. I got this for my birthday in January of this year. It's now November, so I've used it a whole lot of times since then. Reliability wise, it seems to be working just fine. I won't bore you with the instructions. It has a note about why they didn't give you a longer cord. They're like, oh, tripping hazards and stuff. It really seems like a cop-out way of saying they're too cheap to include a longer one. But this is a fine cord. It has a few different settings. It's got coffee 1, coffee 2, a tea mode, and I think like a keep warm or something. The only one I ever use is coffee 1. If you read the instructions, it says use coffee 1 for a light roast, and then coffee 2 for a dark roast. The coffee 1 goes for, let's see, 210 seconds. Coffee 2 goes for 270 seconds. I'm not an expert by any means, but I didn't think that had anything to do with the roast of your coffee. Maybe I'm wrong, but of course, the font in the manual and on anything printed in English on it is that, very made in China-esque font. As far as waterproofness goes, I would never put this in the dishwasher or submerge it in a tub or a sink full of water. It has an opening there for whatever reason, but you don't want to get water in there. There's PCBs in there, well, at least one, that you don't want to get wet. But I'm not afraid of, holding it over the sink with some running water while I'm washing it. That's the main stuff, the big stuff. Let's make a cup of coffee now. Alright, we're gonna make a cup of coffee now. Here's the hotel machine. Those are weird, don't use them. Over here, start with some water. I like to use filtered or bottled water if I can, because it tastes better most of the time, depending on where you are in the country. It has a minimum and a maximum line in there. I always just bring it up to the max. It's 300 milliliters. I don't quite off the top of my head know what that is in ounces, but it's not a huge cup of coffee, maybe 10 ounces or so. And then your basket, you want to put your coffee in. I don't use a scoop, but there is a maximum line in there. Don't use that. That is, if you have a maximum amount of water and a maximum amount of coffee, like, holy cow, that'll be like dark sludge and there'll be grounds everywhere, and I don't know what made him put that line there. As with any percolator, a slightly coarser ground would be better than a finer ground. This is just pre-ground coffee from the store, and the way this coffee comes is a little bit finer than ideal for a percolator, so because of that, there will be a little bit of grinds in the coffee. That's alright though. Some people hate that. And then you want to be careful with getting this lip just on the right spot. Close it up. We'll plug it in. All right, here we go. We've got on. There's 0, then we go coffee 1, there's coffee 2, there's tea mode, whatever that is, boil water maybe. Anyways, we're gonna leave it at coffee 1. Wait for it to stop blinking, and it should be going. And like we saw in the manual, it takes 210 seconds. I'm not gonna make you wait that long. All right, the dashes indicate that it's done. Got my little porcelain coffee cup that I sometimes take with me, sometimes I forget.